Hi folks, and welcome to this channel. In this video, I am going to give you a tip on how you can prepare or make your lookup formulas dynamic. For that, we won't be using VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP or HLOOKUP. Now if you remember in one of my videos on lookup videos, I mentioned that VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP is limited to the way the data is flowing or the formula is working from one direction only. So say in the case of VLOOKUP, it goes from left to right. That means the lookup value should always be on the left hand side, and the and in HLOOKUP it goes from top to bottom. So that means your lookup value should always stay on the top. Now say you want to prepare a table or fetch a data from a data set where your data can move, can be in anywhere, in any position, right? So in that case, using a VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP or even XLOOKUP in to still some extent becomes that bit difficult. So in that case, there is a way of using two different formulas in combination to prepare a dynamic lookup array. So the two formulas are index and match. With the help of these two formulas, we can create like an X-ray or say a graph where you can pinpoint the X and Y location where the data is saved, and Excel will be able to fetch that. The best part of that is that you do not have to update your ranges frequently. So let's see how that works. So for this, we'll be using two formula sets. One is index. So in index, there are two types where the formula can be written, but the most common way is where you mention an array, means the total range from where the data needs to be picked, a row number and column number. So basically the row number and column number becomes the combination of the X and Y, and wherever it will intersect, it will fetch the data. So for row number and column number, we will be using a match formula. So what match formula does is that it returns the location of the lookup value that you are trying to search for. So say if I'm looking for period 3 in a table, so match will give me what is the location of that P3 either in a row or in a column. So in this way, we can create a dynamic lookup array whereby that can fetch data from anywhere of that given range. So let's see how that works. So we'll start by typing in index, and the first thing that it will want is the array. So I've created this data sheet where I'm showing a period wise profit number for various regions. So my array would become from column A till column M. So that will become my array. Now because we will be it might happen that you'll be copying and pasting that formula here and there, so we do not want the ranges to change. So then let's lock this range. So I'll just press F4 and you can lock the range this way. The next parameter that we need to give is the row number. Now here I'm not sure what will be my row number, right? It can be anything depending upon the criteria, and I do not want to change the numbers every time I do that. So for that, what we can do, we can use the match formula. So what we will be looking for in this dashboard, my first match would be the region, because region is in the rows. So I'll be looking for region. Let's quickly lock this as well. In the lookup array, now in this case, we have to make sure that whatever lookup array that we have given in the beginnings, in this case from column A till M, my row region or the lookup array for finding the row should also be the same. So in this case, because I had selected the whole column A till M, I need to look up for that value in whole of column A. Now if this would have been data A1 till M8, then the region that I would have selected would have been from A1 till A8 and not the whole column. Otherwise, your formula will not work. So this you have to keep in mind. So I've selected column A, and let's lock this, and match type will become exact match. Let's close the bracket and put in a comma. Next parameter that I need to give is the column number. For this also I will apply a match formula, but in this case I will be applying it in the first row. So again my lookup value become B3, that is cell B1, and let's lock this. In this case again, because I've selected the entire column A till M, the first row has to also be the whole row. So for that you need to select this row number, that is 1, and it will select the whole row, and we'll lock this. Now had this range had been from cell A1 till M8, I would have selected only from cell A1 till M1, but because I'm selecting A to M, that's why I have to select the whole row. Now let's again put in a comma. I will do a exact match, that is 0, close the bracket, and that's it. That's the formula that I need to put in, and put in again a bracket to close the index formula, and let's press enter. So now you can see that it is looking for P3 and region 3. And where does that intersect? So P3 and region 3, it is coming 637681, and that is the number that you can see over here. Now say I change this value to region 2 and this to P1. So now it is fetching the data where it's intersecting between P1 and region 2 7877994, and that is the number it is returning to me. Now what is the best part of this formula is that now you do not have to worry where your parameters or column headings or rows are there. First of all, how many, now because we had selected from A to M, now if you insert a new column in between this range, it will pick that up. Even if you reorder the columns or reorder the rows, it will still work fine. So let's just have a quickly look at that. So say I will insert another column over here, and I'll give it a name P00, right? And I'll copy these formulas over here. Okay, so now because I've inserted a new column, my range should have changed by +1, so it has gone to the right. Now if you had used a VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP, you would have definitely got an error. But because we have defined that in an index match array over here, it is still working. See, despite adding a P0, it is still looking for P01 and region 2, and it is properly returning the data. It has not thrown any error. Say if you even switch this place, so say I'll make this P01 and I'll make this P03, still it will return the value for P1 and region 2. So in this case, it will look for P1 over here in cell E1 and range 2 in cell E3, and the intersection, it's fetching the data in E3. So 872149. So that's how you can use an index match formula as well in order to fetch data. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have learned something new. And also I hope that you can now apply index match formulas in your Excel workbooks as well. So thank you once again. And I've also included a link to the video on lookup values in the description below. Please do subscribe our channel and give us a thumbs up if you have liked this video. So thank you once again. See you soon.